Universities in Ireland have spent more than 5 million euros providing mental health services for students during the COVID-19 pandemic. Records released to the Irish Times under the Freedom of Information Act show that the state's 8 universities spent 5.1 million, to be exact, on counseling for students during the academic year that ran from last September to this summer. Trinity College Dublin spent the highest amount with 1.99 million euros on its student counselling services, with a total including staff pay and non-pay costs such as travel, equipment and recruitment. The percentage of the Trinity student body seeking support from the counselling service last year was 11.4%, and the college had been actively working to minimize student waiting lists, which it said had been persistently high during the pandemic. It said the intensity of need in the caseload has significantly increased during this time. The average wait time for an initial needs assessment appointment was 9.6 working days, while the average wait time for a follow-up counseling appointment was 40 working days. The college said it was committed to ensuring that counseling services were readily and easily accessible by all students, and sessional counselors were employed during peak periods to deal with lowering waiting lists. University College Dublin's expenditure on mental health support last year came to 880,000 euros, with more than 6% of students, that's 1,600, registering to speak to a counsellor. The average wait time for an appointment ranged from 10 to 14 working days at UCD. Students who expressed a need to meet a counsellor sooner, or who met with a GP or a student advisor who felt they would benefit from accessing counselling as soon as possible, were given appointments in 2 to 6 working days, UCD said. UCD Students' Union President Ruairi Power said waiting time for counselling appointments came down quite quickly last year as the university changed its system for booking appointments. He said the demand for counseling at UCD has generally increased year on year, and there was a clear need to drive up services. University College Cork said 704,000 euros was spent on mental health services, with some 3.66% of the student population attending appointments with a wait of 0 to 14 days. The college said there has been no waiting list throughout the academic year. Maynooth University said the waiting time for the 4% of students who attended counselling was none, while its expenditure on the service was 264,000 euros. Dublin City University spent 255,000 euros on mental health services, which were assessed by 10.2% of the student population. The average wait for an appointment was 5 working days, while students at imminent risk were seen within 24 working hours. That's once again what Freedom Information Documents said to the Irish Times. NUI Galway spent 537,000 euros on counselling with an average wait time of 4.1 days for the 7.9% of students who sought appointments. University of Limerick spent 406,000 in total, and its wait time was 9 working days. The Technological University of Dublin's expenditure came in at 86,462 euros, and there was an average wait time of less than 1 week for the 4% of its students who sought counseling. And you might say, oh, what a boring video. No, for me it is very interesting and a very important video to show that counseling really was necessary in that time. We saw this, of course, in private life outside the universities as well. And so I'm really glad especially the Irish universities dealt that well with it. So congratulations and thank you very much. And otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.